What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is Project Cars 2, where today we're going to be using and abusing the AI. Set to 115% difficulty, 65% aggression. Don't mind me, we're just going to go ahead and pass a bunch of y'all around the outside here, because y'all a bunch of idiots. But, we're driving the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail here at Sugo. And we're driving against the other GT1 class cars, except for the Panos, because Slight Mad Studios decided to make that a Season Pass exclusive DLC car, which is a bummer. That's like maybe my favorite of the GT1 cars that they have on offer, to be entirely honest, because I'm weird like that. Plus, America! But then again, you know, hey, McLaren, not exactly a bad number 2, right? They just have such incredible speed through the final corner. It's something you'll see in this video time and time again. Although they can't actually complete a pass. And this corner right here is just like freebie.
You're up to 9. Keep pushing. You'll attack the guy in 8th place.
Alrighty, so you know what? Before we get into the chit chat here for the video, I'm going to go ahead and shut up, let you guys listen to the sounds for a lap or two.
Nice job. That's the fastest first sector. Pile on the pressure. This is great stuff. You're going to do him in the next few laps. That's your fastest second sector so far. Keep it up. That lap is a new personal best. Good job. Keep pushing. You're up to 7th place. Keep it up. 6th place is not far away. Nice one, a new PB.
Alrighty, we had a couple of bumps in there to pass, but when they're going so slow, it's just like, come on. If I could keep the car on the frickin' road, that'd be great. So let's see if we can push up to these next cars here. And for you guys wondering, I'm running the default loose setup, full tank of fuel. Haven't even changed the gear ratios, which
That's your best sector 2 time so far today. Great stuff.
aren't exactly ideal for this circuit. This car does have a 6-speed gearbox, and right now we really only use 2 through 5. So
New fastest lap of the race. Good job.
definitely lots of improvement to be had. Feel the tires are starting to wear, starting to overheat. But that won't stop us. Now, a couple of things that I'd like to just kind of mention that I didn't really talk about in my review, which, again, really pleasure to see that I was received quite well. For ye of little faith out there. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. But this in-car management option, including the traction control and ABS settings, like, yeah. Needs work, like, a lot of work. It works on paper, but in theory, like, to change ABS, it defaults to 85, alright? There's 85 different clicks, basically, below that, and I think some above it. I don't know, I've not really played around with it, but most of the GT3 cars I've noticed are 85, but I'm pretty sure this car doesn't even have ABS or traction control. We are running authentic assists, so whatever it has is what we get, but I certainly haven't heard traction control kicked in. So, like, it just needs a little bit of work and figuring out, because it's like, yeah, the menu is functional and everything, but in the heat of the battle, when you're, you know, pushing like mad and everything, and it starts, you know, chucking buckets of rain, it's like, this menu is not functional in a practical purpose. Then there's also the participation thing, which, again, yeah, I've been doing more online races here. I've actually been doing a lot more online races in Project Cars 2 recently. It's kind of just been a nice change of pace for me personally, from, you know, iRacing, Super Serious and everything and all that, to just, you know, frickin' avoid the carnage. Avoid the shenanigans. Run away from the morons, you know, the
Don't take too much risk. Try and squeeze past when you can.
standard, you know, typical online race behavior. Let's see here, 9:33 to go. Come on. But anyways, with the participation online, it's like it is exactly what I feared, and that is, as of right now, it's just GT3, 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 and just when you thought you were done, have more GT3, and it's like, yeah, you know, it's fun, but you got frickin' 90s GT1 cars, you know, you got Group C cars that are more or less just sitting there kind of off to the side, just like, why you no love me? Are my V12s not good enough for you?
Come on, you've got the pace to do this now.
Which is really disappointing, but with the whole system, I definitely can foresee me, myself, and I throwing up a couple of lobbies for me, myself, and I plus you, and some of the awesome manly men types of cars, you know. This is something I've done before with the like Automobilista Stock Car Extreme. I've done, you know, hey, I'm in this server, come join me, let's all have a blast. That way there'll be player count, but with the system that they have, it's actually really easy to throw up a customized lobby. We could do that. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that, you know?
That's your fastest time in Sector 2 so far today. Great job.
Because really, that's the main draw for me. Like, you know, the GT3 cars and everything, like, I think they're fine. I really like the fact that they got every GT3 car like known to mankind, basically. Not literally, but figuratively.
7 minutes to go.
But, it's just like, you know, if I want to just race GT3, I have iRacing for that, you know? And I don't have to worry about getting, like, absolutely murdered 9 times out of 10 at turn 1, you know? Like, not to say it doesn't still happen, but,
Keep pushing. You'll catch the leader. They're not far away.
you know. It's all about the Group C. It's all about the GT1s. So again, let me know what you guys would think about some lobbies with empty box. Alternatively, I guess, yeah, my Steam name, you know, Stop Eating Paste, which is a perfectly apt description for most of the people. Woo! We just flung it in there. That was definitely us. That was not the AI. That was us. We just sent that one right there. But, yeah, commentary on the people that you'll encounter online. They literally are those little kindergartners who see that tub of Elmer's paste sitting on the table and they're like, I wonder what it tastes like. It's also perfect commentary on the frickin' AI. Alright, so how much longer do we got here? 5 minutes. Let's dust these guys off. Dust them off. And turn some laps. Let her fly, right?
it up.
And one thing I've noticed with the whole Live Track 3.0 and the track rubbering in and everything, the AI runs such in railroad lines, you can literally see 2 individual tire tracks around the track, which kind of looks silly. So maybe they could also work on giving the AI a little bit more spread.
4 minutes remaining.
Just that way it isn't just like tire tracks. Like literal tire tracks. You guys get what I'm saying? Especially in that corner, yeah, you can really tell they all follow the exact same line. And it just kind of looks a little goofy. Alright, that's the lead.
You're in the first place.
GG.
Well done.
Alright. Now let's just see how fast we can go for giggles. Now also, one thing about the physics in Project Cars 2, like there are times when it does feel like it's just way too easy to catch. Or alternatively, like the car loses all momentum in a very weird way. But again, you know, I feel like it's overall not really all that bad. Like, you know, if you're someone who's into Assetto Corsa or R-Factor or whatever, you know, it's like,
2 minutes remaining.
ask yourself what content do you typically play with, and then, like, how much does it really matter? You know, it's like this odd thing. And again, I'm not saying this in defense of Project Cars 2. By any means, you know, I've said this before. It's like, you know, you do end up playing with content of, you know, dubious quality at times, and it's like, well, you know, should we really care that much? Of course, some people will insist that we should, but of course, now that I've said that, people will interpret that as Project Cars 2 defense, but I assure you it definitely is not. Hint, hint. Most of my videos on this channel are iRacing.
1 minute remaining.
So, yeah. Like, I do like, though, how in this game, well, in terms of the physics, just in general, kind of completing my thought, I kind of started about lost mid-train. It does kind of feel like it is sort of like a modern GTR2. And, you know, like, again, I've said this before,
Fastest lap of the race.
and I'll say it again.
You've got the space, just ease off a little and bring the car home.
Why haven't I muted that guy yet? But if GTR2 was released today, people would have an absolute shit fit. Like, I mean, there was enough drama around that game when it was released. And it's, you know, now 10 years later, that, you know, it's just basically unanimously regarded as one of the greatest racing sims of all time. Which it really is, but it's like, was it an absolutely perfect, you know, simulation in every category? Who cares now, you know? I really do like how it is about
Nice one.
getting your
That's the
footwork
best
right.
sector so far.
And just getting just the right amount of brake pressure in there. Driving the car with just the right amount of throttle. Oh, you can see there in the rear view mirror. For some reason getting some tire smoke, but hey, you know, stuff like that happens. It's a 116 flat race trim. Good way through the stint, I'll take that. And I'll also say, the driver network thing that pops up on the loading screen, those lap times are bunk, like, to say the least. So I think for this combination, the quote-unquote world record according to the loading screen was like a 116.7. And I know I'm a relatively handy driver, you know, like I'm definitely not the worst driver around, but I'm definitely not world record pace in a car that I haven't spent a whole heap of time with, and a setup that's just terribly not suited to the circuit. You know, in a race trim scenario. And some people might say, oh, well, it's because somebody hasn't run that combination. First of all, I'm not sure that, like, there's only been like 5 guys who have run the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail at Sugo, considering this is one of the laser scan tracks within Project Cars 2. And it is a unique new circuit, but like, there's been times where it's just like, I know that's not the record, and like, yeah, so. Are you my dude? Who's my dude? Okay, I guess that was my dude. In fairness, I should request a pit, but you know, hey. There we go.
Driving, what a win, fantastic job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Our best lap was 1 second faster. Oh man, that's on 115% difficulty. Like, you know, like, we're definitely going at it there. Yeah, we're definitely driving like a man possessed there on that last lap to get that 116. But yeah, it still needs work. It still needs work. It still needs a lot of work. I know some people are going to say, oh, well, you smashed into the AI like 82 times and bumped them out of the way. But if they would actually go fast, I wouldn't have to bump them out of the way. It's just those corners where they lose all of those speed. Like, that 1.2 second difference in best lap times can largely be explained by just like 2 or 3 corners, even though they have a massive advantage in that final turn. And it's like that in all the tracks on Project Cars 2. Like, I have not found one that's not the case. And yeah, again, it's a problem with all racing games, believe me. I know, I understand, but there's a lot of work to be done as it is now. Hey, you know, freaking McLarens and Ferraris and McLarens and Ferraris and some COK LMs, I think they are. 911 GT1 98, like, I can accept some issues for this, but anyways, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye.